everyone! After experiencing the World Series of Poker main event alongside Adrian Mateos, it's time to turn our attention to another major World Championship event, the $10,000 Six Max. It took just 2 hours of play for our hero Pierre Calamusa to give us his first highlight. A very big hero call on the river with a pair of kings enabled him to double his stack right from the outset. With almost 400 blinds in front of him, Pierre now has all the chips to lead the action and let loose completely. Keep us dreaming, Pierre.
Ace 4 on the button. It's good enough to open, with any ace obviously.
Right.
Alright, this is payback time. Okay, simplified strategy. Range c-betting for a small sizing. He calls me. Great. I'm not going to use a sizing that is too big either because Queen 10 hit, but here I'm going to make a slight overbet, and that is going to be my only sizing. These are spots I've studied well, that I master well. Overbets are very powerful weapons that I've implemented recently, especially with the development of artificial intelligence. It's truly exciting to now be able to use them in the more expensive tournaments. Worst card. Check. What do you have? Oh no. Oh man. He was drawing dead on the turn. He found pretty much the only card that could save him. Especially since I think that with 90% of the deck, he would have called the 15,000 I was going to bet on the river with an ace, pretty much every time. It's a bit frustrating, but that's poker, that's how it is. Too bad. Fold. Fold. Patience.
$600. Raise 6.
Seven, 6 suited against the hijack. This player is more on the tight side, so I'm simply going to call in this hand.
Call 6. Heads up.
Alright, third pair plus backdoor straight. It's too weak to raise without a club in hand, but it's too strong to fold as well, so I'm just going to call. Turn 9. Do I want to lead here? No, I don't think so. He's got a few 9s too. Okay, check back. River 10. No reason to bluff. I have a pair. I can still beat hands like Queen Jack, King Queen, Pocket 5, Pocket 4, possibly. And if he bets big, I'm just going to fold. If he bets small, I'm just going to call. Less than 1/4 of the pot, that's going to be called easily. He could still be bluffing with Queen Jack, King Queen from time to time. A hand like Queen 8 suited, not much else to do.
Thanks for that.
Ace Queen, okay. Alright, he really didn't want to win a big pot, I guess. The main event is in full swing and Kristen is in a huge pot.
And she sings that long. Or she sings, okay, I'm gonna be mom. Aye.
Yeah, I don't think he fold. No, he will never fold. There's zero.
He's too rich to fold.
No, she doesn't rap too much.
What was the action? It was limp check?
Limped, and then she bets one big blind and then bets the turn, and then bets her risk, kind of which nuts.
She bets flop one
yeah,
big line?
very,
Okay, she's three barrel, right?
yeah, very weird one. Good luck, everybody. I thought you were out, bro. Look, I was missing something big. Good luck. Yeah. So it's very weird because which nuts flushes she has. It's very limited, you know. So it's. I don't think it's folding.
Ace 10 of hearts. Ace 10 of hearts.
Yeah, but that one also should check very often.
Yeah.
And it's value bet kind of. You have like 3, 4, maybe top. But
She will do it.
she can call it, yeah. You know what's the thing? If she went, it's very weird.
Yeah, now she folds.
It's incongruent. Yeah, it's very weird. Very bad hand, I think.
She's a mom now.
Mustafa is registering, Adrian is still in.
7-4, off.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's in range. Yeah, it was
You stop playing or?
I don't play much.
6 and
You understand
A
that?
couple of years, but I would probably play it. What's your name there, by the way?
If you tell me, I tell you. It's Levier de Fou.
Yeah, I know that one.
What is yours?
I change it all the time. I don't know. I don't even know right now. I'm trying to remember we had one crazy hand 2-3 years ago on $5, I
Check.
think.
Oh yeah?
Very deep. It was 300 BB pot, 15 left. I tried to bluff you off with something.
Incredible. You see, this player that I must have played against a lot online on Winamax, and now here we are in person, blind versus blind. Here, it's another game that I've studied quite a bit. Here, any pair with a club I'm calling. He checks. It's rather good news. I'm gonna be able to try to get my hand to showdown quietly. Not bad. Come on, check.
Check.
What does he have? King 6 with the king of clubs, okay.
So
I can't remember my game, but I really can't.
I called something crazy or it was just standard?
It was crazy hand. No, it was crazy hand because we were first and second stack. It was 15 left. First was 300k, and then we played.
Oh
played
yeah.
And then we played like.
Okay, in the 4 million even.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
2 years, last year, I'm not sure when, because I don't play much, and then
Oh, yeah, I came second. It was great.
it was something insane. It was absurd, because I bluffed something I shouldn't bluff, and you call something you shouldn't call. You own me totally, but it's 300-400 big blind pots for no apparent reason, like very stupid for me and you to get in that situation. I mean,
If you shove the river here and I call deuces, right? It will be the same.
that's fine. This is less equity.
All right, first break. It's nice to remember the big hands we've played, the big prizes we've won, especially online.
Okay.
But now it's another battle.
Sorry.
And we're already back at it. Come on, now you're going into battle.
Dealers are coming back 244, 244, shuffle up and deal.
It's always crazy to see that players are sitting out.
Raise to 1,000.
Okay, 10-6 offsuit, but the big blind is absent. I'm going to defend this hand. Monotone board. As a defender, I've never studied it. I'm going to work with what I have, which is my intelligence and my instinct.
Check.
Alright, I'm going to bet as a semi-bluff. The question is the sizing. Put. If I make a relatively big sizing, it will already put in a tough spot his hands such as Jack-Jack without a spade, a king without a spade. He calls. Flush. Third flush. I won't be able to use a huge sizing, but I still have a pretty obvious value bet. Betting pot is good. There are still plenty of hands like pocket 8 with a spade, king 7 with the 7 of spades, lots of hands like that would have opened on the button and that are now pretty strong bluff catches for him, against which I have a lot of value. Alright, 7,500. Now I just have to pray that he calls and that he doesn't raise me. He looks really annoyed. I don't even know if he has a spade in his hand. Come on, king 7 with the 7 of spades. Come on! Okay, he called. Perfect. Another pot of 25,000 there. It's always so nice when the start of the day goes like this. It's good for morale, for confidence, so that I can develop the poker I love. Alright, Ariel Bahia. He is a Brazilian player who just joined the table. I have king 10 in the hijack.
Raise to 1,000.
It's Ariel who defends from the big blind. Gotta be careful with Brazilian players, they're pretty wild in general.
Check.
Okay, monotone board. Here, I'm using a simplified range C betting strategy for one big blind.
Bet 400. Oh.
Turn 2. We're just gonna check back and try to hit on the river.
Check.
3 of spades, perfect. I have almost the nuts.
Check.
It's kind of the same scenario as the previous hand. I'm just gonna bet pot and pray to just get called and not raised. What could he have? An ace of spades? Possibly. But he also has plenty of intermediate hands. Just an ace without a spade, 6 without a spade, and all the small flushes. 8-7 with a spade. Okay, he snap calls. Well, that's gonna win it.
Oh. King ass watch.
And another pot of 10,000 in the bag. Well played, Pierre, well played.
Button's correct.
Always properly taking note of the hands, making sure to stick to this routine. And here we go again. Bad news. I'm going to change tables. That's too bad. I was really comfortable here.
Unlucky for the production thing, or?
Yeah, because I have to move.
Yeah, I figured so.
I buy 500. Singles for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's very bad news for them. 110.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you, you two guys.
Alright, table 110. It's gonna be a whole new routine to do, to analyze the players, to build your image, to get reads.
Better luck over there.
Thank you. See you soon. Oh, it's this one, right?
Let's go. The table draw is always a determinant. If we have 2 or 3 amateur players, it changes everything. But in $10,000 events, we often end up at extremely tough tables. It's part of the hidden variance of the game. Okay, I don't recognize this player to begin with. Nor this second player. It's rather good news so far.
Hi, Christopher. Salut, ça va? Ouais.
Well, he speaks French, but I don't know him. It's rare in a $10,000 event for me not to know a player who speaks French. I don't know this player either. And there's a GTO Wizard coach. That's good news. On my right, Rui Ferreira, a Portuguese player I know well. I've played against him a lot online.
Hey, ça va?
Okay.
Famous for poker or something else?
I do vlogs actually.
Ah, okay. So it's not
This French-speaking player raises.
Famous soccer.
If he was, I would know because I'm English.
Oh, you are, so it's a lot of pressure today. For the final is tomorrow or?
Yeah, tomorrow. If I make day 2 of this, I have to miss it.
8-8 with 5-6. It's going to be tough to continue here. I'm just going to check fold. Yeah. I always try to introduce myself as a vlogger rather than a professional player. It can blur the lines. Ooh, cut off limps. That's very good news. I don't think any professional player would have limped in this hand. With ace jack, I have an easy raise. 2,200 is pretty good. Wow, big blind calls. Cutoff snap calls. Alright, I've never studied these spots. ISO raise 3-way against a limp. A good board for me. I have ace queen, king queen, queen jack, queen 10 suited, quite a few suited queens. I'm going to bet with this jack of hearts that can also help me. I'm called by the big blind, that's bad news. He often has a pocket pair. A snap call by this player, well, clearly he's an amateur. He's a recreational player. He can't be playing that fast. He can't be limping like that. Turn ace of diamonds. I'm going to check and try to get some information and maybe value bet the river. But for now, I'm a bit in the dark. Wow, 400. What is this? He bets 400 into 11,000. Well, I can't raise because I still have the issue of the big blind being in the hand. He could still have queens. I really need to be careful here. He just calls. Now though, against the big blind I always have the best hand. The question is against the cutoff. Okay, check. Okay, the big blind is no longer a problem. He bets 1,600. That's 1/10 of the pot. Should I raise? Could he really have something like ace-9 of hearts and call my bet? What kind of hand is this? I'm just going to call. Ugh, queen jack off. Well, well, well. The bad news is I lost the hand. The good news is that I have a player, a super recreational player at the table. Ugh, I'm cold. The air conditioner in these rooms is always a problem. It's very, very cold while it's 50 degrees outside. I've never really understood what Americans are doing, besides wasting energy. It's always the same problem every year. I didn't get caught off guard. I brought our new Team Pro jacket, and I've received a lot of compliments. Come on, focus.
He's a famous guy? Which guy is a famous guy? You's a famous guy? Hi, famous guy.
Hello.
You have your own camera crew.
Like,
That's pretty professional. Bravo.
Daniel is really very cool. On the button. King Queen, I obviously open.
raise.
Raise 1,000.
The big blind defends, I have 0 info. Wow, amazing. Top 2. My simplified strategy still, range c-betting small without a big sizing. He's gonna raise. Okay, I get check raised. Well, now I have an easy decision. I'm going to have to re-raise to start building the pot and protect my hand a bit. With these positions, he's going to have hands like King Deuce off in his range against which I have a ton of value. He could also check raise hands like King Jack, King 10, King 9.
Raise 6,000.
He calls the 6,000. Full house. I absolutely have to bet here. Now, if he has a hand like 5-4 of spades, a flush, or he could also have a hand like pocket deuce or queen deuce from time to time. And if I bet here, I will be able to take everything on the turn and river. Three-quarters pot is pretty good on a spade on the turn. I can't bet too big either. Come on, call, raise, do something. Come on. No. Oh, too bad he folds. He must have had something like Jack 10 without a spade, or a hand like that, too bad.
Not like the other bluff and that. No.
Alright, the classic limp. I have ace-6 of spades on the cutoff. I'm just gonna call. I think it's pretty good. It allows players in the blinds to call with any suited cards. Queen 2 of spades, things like that. And I can potentially win a big pot from them if two of us make a flush. Oh, that's a good start. Well, I can't bet here. I don't have a 2 in my range. The blinds have plenty. Wow. Not great, this too. Okay, the player in the big blind bets 700. I'm not going to give up my hand. I still potentially have the ace, the spades, which can play if he has a lower flush draw that he's bluffing with. We'll decide on the river. River is a 5, not great. Alright, he checks. I'm gonna check back. What do you...
Jack high.
Jack high? What do you have? Does he have spades or... Wow, Jack 6 of hearts. I think that he used kind of a weird line here. I think he should have bluffed the river if he decided to bet the turn. It's cool, I keep winning every hand.
Sorry, it's 255 now.
Limp again. I have king queen. I wanted to isolate wide, but here king queen is really the nuts. We're going to end up playing a three-way pot again. These are really not the spots where I'm most comfortable. Got shot to the nuts. He donk bets. There's no way I'm folding. I'm going to try to improve. He bets 500 in the dark. Incredible.
500.
He checks in the dark. Wow, this is really crazy. Well, I can still beat a hand like Queen 10. I don't see him folding a small ace or a jack anyway. He's kind of all over the place, so just gonna check. What does he have? Queen jack? It's nonsense, but I don't know if I could have made him fold. Anyway, my job right now is to collect information and understand perfectly how he plays and then step on the gas. Ace-5 offsuit with the amateur players in the blinds. I'm going to raise. We're going to be three-way again here. Well, I didn't hit anything at all. I'm just going to give up. Well, now I have a gut shot and an overcard to the queen. My opponents have shown quite a bit of weakness. I'm going to try to steal this putt cheaply. What is he thinking about? And now he's raising? That's pretty strange. I think he would have always bet his good hands on the flop with the recreational player in the hand. I have one of my worst possible hands though. I'm really too far behind to do anything, I think. Can I re-raise here? Can I re-raise here? I really don't have enough equity. I'm gonna fold. Well played, but I'm suspicious though.
Days, go.
Alright, three-way. Easy defense. It's always good to play a pot with the bad player. A very good board for me. I have all the combos of 5-4 offsuit. I'm going to be able to lead pretty often. He raises? This is a spot where, theoretically, three ways he should absolutely not have any raise. I'm a bit surprised because he has the GTO wizard patch, so he should theoretically be very on point, but here he's doing something a bit strange. Well, for now, we're not going to fold anyway. I have the gut shot with the 8 for the nuts and 2 overcards. The 9 and 10 should be outs against some of his bluffs. I think I'm going to be very aggressive with a big part of my range, but 10 to 9 is too strong to risk getting shoved on over my re-raise and having to give up my equity. Come on, I'm going to need to hit now. Wow, the worst. Now, even if he had a hand like King Jack, Queen Jack, he hit, although he was behind on the flop, and I don't have a heart in my hand. It's over for me if he bets. Okay, I'm folding, but I think he's really all over the place, honestly. I'll keep that in the back of my mind and try to catch him at some point. I'm not getting hands right now. I'm going to take this opportunity to think about what I'm going to do against this player. Terrible news. Of course, with his playing style, he had a limited life expectancy in this tournament, but he busted.
I opened the 1200. We can auction a chip at 400 from my player.
7-7, easy call.
He made it 3,300.
I'm going to blur the lines though and ask him how much he's playing.
How much you play?
To make him think I have a hand that could potentially 3-bet when that's not the case. My goal is to encourage him to be more cautious on some types of boards and to realize a bit of my equity that way. Ooh. Great set of 7s. A dangerous board though. Okay, he decides to bet small. I have an easy raise here. 3,000. Come on, do something. There are quite a few hands that are going to continue. I can really potentially win a big pot against a hand like Ace-Jack, for example. Queen-Queen, King-King, Ace-Ace. Oh well. He didn't have anything in this hand. That's life. Alright, Ace-9. Easy defense from the big blind. King 4-5. This player seems to be range C betting pretty often, to be using simplifications. Ace-9, a bit too strong to fold here. Turn 3. I have Ace-2 and 7-6 in my range though. I don't think he would open 7-6 offsuit. I'm going to lead with a small sizing. Okay, he snap folds. There we go.
No crazy moves in the last 2 hours, but you remain active, Pierre, and that's all that matters. In fact, even Daniel Negreanu seems to have noticed. After 4 hours of play in this $10,000 six-max, you remain firmly among the chip leaders with a stack of 120,000 and blinds at 300-500. We'll be back at your new table very soon in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.